How's it? Today is Tuesday, February 18th. It is back squat day with some overhead presses. Today was hard. Today was incredibly hard. I went to 125 today for 3 sets of 10, and I actually had to split up my workout today. Um, this is the first time I've ever done that. And I did it because I needed to have better rest between my squat sets. And I'm happy that I did do it. It's just dang, it was hard. Um I think like after the first set I was like, "Oh dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of the sets properly." And so I tried my best just to be ready for the next set. However long that took is how long it took. And then what ended up happening is like I needed to be back at the gym I work at by 12 o'clock. And I was late, but I was able to just do only the squats. You can see here, this is like 70 warm up, which is already a little bit different than what I normally do. And you'll see the reason why I did that. But 70, 100, and then I went to 125. And I think my last set, I ended at like 11:38 or so on the clock, but that clock is little, it's like 5 minutes fast. So I just cleaned up and then I rushed over to back to work to train somebody. And um, once I was done with that, I returned back to the gym, and that's what it is. Yeah, so this is the reason why I loaded the way I did, right? Squirtle's squatting 125, and I used the clips on there as well. So I'm basically Squirtle today, right? Man, today was hard. I think like when I'm looking at how I'm moving, it feels like I'm moving pretty well. It's just I am trying like beyond what I've tried before, like effort wise, to make sure that the bar keeps moving up. And at a certain point, I'm getting to just make sure, just keep the bar moving. I'm just gonna do the rep, just do the next rep instead of trying to think about too many technical cues and efficiencies and whatnot. So I'm just literally like taking them one at a time, just trying my best to push. And I didn't know how many I did here. So I was just like, yeah, I don't know. Did I do all 10? And then there's actually like I don't know if he's a high school kid or like first year in college, but there's a young boy who he deadlifts a shitload. I've never seen him. Well, maybe I did see him squat once, but he deadlifts like I think he deadlifted like 220, like pretty easily, 4 reps. So 220 is like 480, 484, something like that. Pretty easily he'll deadlift that, and I am just really impressed with that. His squat is I think I can actually squat more than him, which is like a crazy thing to think about because there's no shot in hell I'm gonna even be able to break 480 off of the ground for deadlifts. But yeah, he was like he saw me squatting and he's like, yeah, you did 10. And I was like, holy crap, it was hard. Um, and then this last set here, right? So this one is make sure that I make it all so that I can go back to work. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week. I don't know if I want to deload or if I want to put my belt on, but next week would be like 128 if I'm continuing this trajectory, which I started at 80, which is crazy to think about. I started at 80 kilos with 3 kilos up every time I squatted. So the first couple weeks I squatted twice in October. And then I just did the once on the Tuesdays. And now here I'm at 125. So, 45 kilos. So it's 15-ish squat sessions. And that is just a 3 kilo increase every week. And that happened so quickly. And like, look at me, I am struggling. But yeah, after that, I go back to work, right, to go train somebody. And then 4 hours later, 4 hours, like literally 4 hours later, I come back. See, it's 11:38 on the clock. And then I come back and it's like 40, 3:30 something, 3:39 on the clock. And so I'm over here just doing my warm ups for overhead press. I was supposed to do 3 sets of 5 today at 69. Nice. But I only did 3 sets of 3 because that weight is extremely heavy. And when I got kind of halfway through my warm ups for my overhead press, I was really reevaluating my decision on why I came back to finish the workout. I think it was just all bad, like all over. And like there's a certain amount of like um, drive to finish the workout the way that I did, to show up again later in the day. But it's also kind of a little stupid because I had already given so much effort, and then now I got to come back and do it again. And it's not just accessory stuff. It's basically having a training session day. And that is not usually going to produce the best results. Here's my top set here. So this is my first set, right? So as I'm doing this, I'm trying to hit 5. But I do this first rep and I'm like, okay, 2, and then 3, I'm like, right here, I'm like, yeah, not going anymore. That little bend in the knee already indicated that had already given up. So I just decremented that to 3 sets of 3. Ideally, I would be able to increase next week to 128 for the squat and maybe 71 for 3 sets of 3 on the overhead press, or maybe I'll do it again, 69 for try to do 3 sets of 5. I don't know. My accessories, again, these are like, I'm seriously questioning why I returned. So some bicep curls, some split squats, some dips, and then some reverse hyperextensions. Yeah, I think that, like in hindsight, after doing all of this, it was probably a better idea to just call it a day after those squats. And it is what it is, Maybe next week I just need to make sure that I delegate a little bit more time towards this, and like especially if I'm trying to increase, sleep a little bit better the night before, eat a little bit better the night before, 2 nights before, what have you. But yeah, I don't know. I squatted the squirt weight. Yeah, not much else to say. I think tomorrow is going to be my hang clean day, that basically just kind of repeating what I did last week, but doing the whole thing like I did yesterday for Monday. Probably not going to PR anything tomorrow, so. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.